Hi, I'm PGA Professional J.R. Ross here at the Dogwood Golf Academy. Are you having trouble with inconsistent golf shots that go right, go left, don't go as far? The answer is very simple that we often overlook. As legendary golfer Gene Sarazen once told me, if you are holding the club improperly and looking at your students hold the club improperly, don't call yourself a teacher. Let's head down to the lesson tee and let's talk about a good golf grip. First off, let's remember that golf is not a one-size-fits-all sport. So there's not a perfect grip that's going to fit everyone, but there is a perfect grip for you, okay? So before we get into talking about a perfect grip for you, let's talk about the two things that are very, very important when we grab the golf club, okay? One is the positioning of both of our hands on the golf club. That's very, very important. The other one is grip pressure, equally important. So first we're going to talk about positioning the hands on the golf club. If you start off and what would be considered a very strong grip with both of your hands turned way over to the right on the golf club, you're going to see yourself most likely, as you hit golf shots, hit shots that are going to go too far to the left and hook. Like that, very undesirable. You don't want to hit the low left shot. Next off, just the opposite would be turning both your hands more over to the left. This would be considered a very weak grip. High right. Those two positions with your hands on the club are going to cause two different directions. So what is very key is to find the perfect marriage for your left and right hand on the golf club. And again, it's not one size fits all. So as you look at your hands, the real key here is you put your hands on the golf club. When you put your left hand on, you want to look at that V that's formed by the left thumb and index finger, as well as the V that's formed by the right thumb and index finger. Both of these lines should be running parallel. If you get here, and that would be considered a very, very weak left hand, marry that with a very, very strong right hand, you're not going to have good, consistent golf flight because your hands aren't working together. And again, we want our hands to work together in the golf grip. So if you do favor a weaker grip, that's fine as long as both of the lines are running parallel. Again, a strong grip, both the lines running parallel, can cause good golf shots for you. Again, not one size fits all. So experiment, but make sure that the lines in your hands are going to run parallel, whether they're a little weaker or a little stronger. Then your hands are simply working together. All right, now let's talk about grip pressure. Grip pressure, very, very important, very, very much overlooked, especially by beginners. Most beginners hold the golf club extremely tight. What I like to use is a 1 to 10 system, where 10 would be the tightest you hold the club, 1 would be the loosest. Where you want to be at is actually at about a 6.5. And again, it's very important that if you go at a 6.5, that it remains 6.5 throughout the golf swing. You don't want to start at a 6.5 and on your downswing go to a 10. It's going to change the plane of your swing. It's going to change face position of your golf club, which again is going to cause very, very inconsistent directional shots and solidness of contact. Too much grip pressure is always going to cause you to lose distance because it's too much tension in your arms, too much tension in your body, which is going to cause you to get to the golf ball a lot of times and want to lift up as you get to the ball because you can't rotate your body. So I'm going to hold the club real tight here, and you're going to see kind of what happens as I get to the golf ball. If that's you, probably holding on to the golf club too tight. Most people, if they're holding on too loose, feel like they may lose the club. And if you are holding on too loose, the club is going to lose some connection in your hands, okay? Causing you again to maybe flip the club like that. So that's why a good consistent grip pressure at about a 6 or a 6.5 works very, very well for most people. Remember, the answer is in your hands. Good grip. Come on, let's work on it.